I don't know.
So what
I
you're saying
think
is talent
this is
wasn't
a little
enough.
bit. I think it's a little bit deeper than that. I really do.
Talent is not enough because the average person who watches wrestling, if we're talking about a casual fan, they don't know a fucking tilt-a-world from a head scissors. They just know if some shit looks cool, if some shit looks believable, if this guy looks like he can really kick some ass. That's what they want.
So then let me ask you this: is that why 205 Live isn't working?
Yes. And not only it's not necessarily because of that, but it's because you're not letting these guys play to their strengths.
Right.
I don't want to see 5'7", 205-pound guys doing chin locks for 15 minutes.
Right.
If you're going to let these guys, if you're going to have a cruiserweight division, let them do their cruiserweight shit. That's why Nitro, I've been watching old episodes of Nitro. They let the cruiserweights go out and do their cruiserweight shit. They let them go out and flip.
It feels really constrained.
You're not
now, right?
seeing Juventud Guerrera versus La Parca doing a bunch of fucking, wrist locks and, stand-in switches.
Do you feel like the term cruiserweight has become convoluted to luchador style?
Yes.
Rather than a weight class?
Yes.
Because I think a guy like Drew Gulak has, the potential to go out there and be one of those guys that, goes hold for hold and doesn't, need to be flipping off the top rope.
No,
but to call him a cruiserweight, do you feel like he gets pigeonholed into the idea that he should be going out there and doing 450 splashes and Phoenix splashes and bouncing off the top rope and all that kind of thing?
It does hurt a guy like Gulak. And it hurts the guys like Jack Gallagher. But the thing about it is, if there are guys like AJ Styles and Seth Rollins who are on the main roster, just as fucking small, not that much bigger than these 205 guys,
correct,
and they can go out and do pretty much whatever the fuck they want.
Yep.
What is 205 Live? What's special about 205 Live?
That's another argument that I've made.
If you're gonna have 205 Live, and you want it, let's just be honest. When people think of the cruiserweights, they think of that high-flying style.
That's exactly what
maybe that's not the correct term or whatever, but that's what people think. So that's perception that's there. So if you're going to have a show that you're clearly marketing based off of that perception, because they're not going in...
Yeah, especially when they went out there and all the graphics were guys doing, ridiculous flips, video game style stuff, yeah.
In the CWC, they explained that Cruiserweight isn't all high-flying. But 205 Live, the
CWC was marketed to a very different audience.
Exactly. So, 205 Live, they're not telling you every week, hey, we have a bunch of guys of different styles. No, we have the most exciting Cruiserweights in the world.
Lies and garbage.
And you'll see one Tope Atomico on that show, and someone do a 450 splash. Nitro, the Mexicans, they were doing the luchador shit. You know what I'm saying? The heavyweights were doing heavyweight shit. The guys who were just draws and couldn't work were just out there cutting promos. They played to their strengths on that show. And now you just like you got a Braun Strowman out there. He wants to prove he can wrestle. Out there doing kip ups with the Big Show and wrist locks and arm drag. Come on.
Right.